Today I'm joined here with Marla Rauser. She is a registered social worker and private practitioner for family counseling through Care Counseling. Thank you so much for coming in today. We're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be diving into the effects of bullying on students, on adults, on really just in general the effects that it has on people, and maybe what schools should be doing more of, or what resources that should be made available for victims of bullying, because it keeps on increasing, and since social media has basically taken over the world, the bullying comes with that, and that can be very dangerous, as suicide rates have been rising over the past couple of years. So in your line of work, how you've been doing this for many years, how have you seen the effects of bullying on children in school?
Well, what I'm seeing is a range of effects. We're getting the physical effects such as headaches, stomach aches. We're getting psychological effects like anxiety. We're also getting effects, mental health issues such as children experiencing low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and of course with negative messages in their head about the bullying, the message it sends to a child. It causes behavior, so we're either getting behaviors like aggressive behaviors, or we're getting things like anxiety, that's depression. And often unhealthy coping tools like self-harm and suicide are things that are the side effects of bullying.
Now, growing up, personally for me, I've always heard the saying, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. But in cases like that, the words do actually give an effect on people, and the more we learn more about mental health, we realize that that saying is kind of can be kind of damaging. So how have you seen, especially in the way may not be physical bullying, but using those words, how does that affect a person's psyche or their mental health?
Well, imagine a lifetime from childhood on with messages in your head that say, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm not worthy. Imagine how that affects behavior in all areas of your life going forward, in everything, the workplace, relationships, as a parent.
And how has social media kind of, hurt that even more, going further into it? Because social media, great platforms can be used for great things, but it then also has been used a lot for bullying, because you can do things like stay anonymous online.
I completely agree, and over 34 years of the type of work I've been doing, I've had a chance to see pre-technology. I think bullying has become much more accessible, and so therefore we're seeing more of a resurgence and uptake of it because of that, because of things like to apps like Snapchat, where people can send pictures of things to people, messages to people, and then they disappear. So there's no proof.
And what do you think needs to be done more in schools, or what do you think they aren't doing enough of in schools that they should really be focusing on?
Well, one thing I'm finding in my practice is what schools are doing really well is that they are educating. So when there are bullying situations, what I'm finding is a lot of parents and students are reporting that, like, not so much individually, but like a group of students they'll do like a bullying workshop or have bullying education. I think perhaps in cases where it could be much more personalized, maybe more one-on-one, and I think schools are making sure that survivors of bullying or children who are being bullied are definitely getting counseling, but maybe we need more than just the wellness. Maybe we need more an individual look at the bully themselves too, and maybe consequences to that.
And now bullying doesn't just affect youth or in schools, it also happens in workplaces with adults too. So how have you seen, or what have you seen in your line of instances of bullying within the workplace and around adults?
Again, another popular topic that comes up in sessions, I think people get a sense of helplessness when they feel that people aren't listening. So when supervisors aren't listening, and when they feel that they can't change what's going on, it affects work performance. Again, mental health issues, anxiety, depression.
And really quickly before we wrap up, in your professional opinion, with the whole stigma around mental health, what do you think we should be doing in general to break down those barriers of mental health so people, you know, start to take it a little bit more seriously. We've come a long way, but it still hasn't gone far enough.
I think just making sure that we're allowing people to talk about their feelings and their experiences, trying to validate and helping them to connect them to resources. So making sure that bullying is a topic that's kept up, like in the media, just like what you're doing today.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming in. This was a topic that I really wanted to dive into, and I hope that, you know, more and more is done about it and more research is put out, and we definitely do break down those barriers of mental health because it affects everyone. So thank you.
You're very welcome.